G'day everybody and welcome to a Train Sim World, TSW. So finally bit the bullet and purchased it while it was on the March Madness sale, and I got the base game, and I think there was 4 or 5 DLC that went with it at a really good price. So I thought, well, okay, I'll bite the bullet and I'll give it a go. And to be honest, as you can see, I'm level 9. I'm actually really enjoying it, absolutely enjoying it. I'm not overly sure whether I'd enjoy it if I had to pay for extra for all the DLC that I got with the deal that I got, but hey, there you go. So what I thought we might do is, as a first episode, and just a bit of a disclaimer here, I am not a train driver. I don't fully understand driving trains. I am learning, so just bear with me. If I do things differently to what you would do in real life, or I do make some mistakes, then I do apologize. But as I said, I am learning. And so what I thought we'd do is we'd do a really small run here. We're doing Belmont Park to Jamaica. This is the Long Island Railway line, and we are driving the M7, which comes with this pack. So yeah, so I think we should get into it. And as I said, I am not a train driver, so bear with me. And this will be a nice, probably relatively quick episode before we do some train runs. I did do yesterday a freight train run, and I think it took me two hours or something to do. It was a considerable amount of time. It was a very long run, and I think most of the CSX train runs, the freight line runs, are actually pretty long. So I thought, okay, well, we won't do that. I was driving the SD40 there, which is probably one of my favorite diesel engines, but I thought, okay, well, let's start with something small and something simple, and then we'll go from there and see how we go. So I'm going to click start here. Yeah, so it has been really enjoyable. Hope this video finds you all well. I'll show you at the end of this what DLCs, etc., that I do have with this, just so you can get a little bit of an idea. But now is probably the perfect time, I think, to get it while it's on the March Madness sale. So alright, we'll just make sure that we charge our brakes up here. Where are we? Bring that down. The key should be up. Master key on. Put the reverser to forward. Bring that down to maximum brake and charge the brakes up, and you can see in the bottom right hand corner there my brakes are charging up. Now I'm not overly sure whether or not we are actually supposed to open the doors here, so what I will do is I will unlock the left doors and see if we do get the passenger loading sign, which it doesn't look like we are, so I assume that we are. I think I can hit the T key. Wait for service. Service is scheduled to start at 11:40. Okay, so service should have started, and we stop at location Jamaica. So let's close the doors. We'll give a honk of our horn. And put the reverser in forward, and off we go. As I said, not a train driver, but definitely enjoying learning how to drive these things. I think this is probably one of the more simple things to drive. It has a combined brake and throttle lever, which makes it a little bit easier. So alright, so I'm speeding already, as you can see. Down in the bottom right hand corner there, the miles per hour are in red, so might just drop it down a little bit and then coast. So not sure what time we're supposed to be at Jamaica. It just says stop at location Jamaica, so let's see what we do. I'm probably going to completely and utterly stuff this up, but hey, that's life. So it is definitely a beautiful looking simulator. I will give it that. I did have Train Sim 20, what was it? Train Sim 21, 2020 or something. The one that was previous to this one, and I must say this is actually a little bit better than, a lot better looking in fact. So just put a little bit of power into that. There we go, a little bit of horn for everybody. Man, this is slow getting out of here, isn't it? Yeah, so I definitely enjoyed doing the freight run, but obviously, you know, I thought that would probably be a little bit too much time to do as the first video here, so I just figured, alright, we'll just do a little run like this one. So do any of you guys play this? Do you enjoy it? What's your favourite train to run? Do you agree that the DLC for these things are too bloody expensive? Because I certainly think that they're too expensive. Pretty hard for somebody who's got a family to support and stuff like that, but you know, it is what it is. Dovetail have that little monopoly here, so which would be alright if they it'd certainly be alright if the DLC that they did send out was worthwhile, but you know, paying $20 or $30 for a single loco is well, it's loco, isn't it? Alright, come on. So 4.4 miles to Jamaica. We'll hopefully get out of this in 160 yards. We're going to get to an 80 mile per hour zone, so we'll be able to fire this little baby up and see how we go. There we go. We can at least move up to 15 kilometers an hour now. So it was very slow getting out of there. A bit slow and a bit frustrating. Increase the power slowly to get more power in this. Down to coast. We are sitting on relatively flat ground at the moment, or flat rails, so that's pretty good. Throw a little bit more power in. Once we get around here, I assume that we should be able to... Whoa, see, that changed really quickly. That's what I don't understand about some of this stuff, is that the speed limits just... you don't get a warning on the speed limit sometimes, and it just drops down to something. Like that dropped down to 10 miles per hour just straight off the bat, and we didn't have any indication that that was going to be the case. So I found that happen a couple of times, I can tell you. Yeah, I've been holding off for a very long time when it comes to purchasing this game. It has been on sale a few times previously, but certainly not as a package, so I never actually bought it. Here we go, we should be able to get some power up now. Alright. There was that train next to us, you heard it firing up there, so... Here we go, and we've hit right in the middle of that station. We hit 80 miles per hour, so Let's see if we can make up a little bit of time, seeing as how I farted around a little bit at the top at the very start of this run. So we were supposed to leave at 11:40, and I think it was about 11:42 that we left, so we're at maximum power now. Okay, we've got a green light ahead. And we're still on relatively flat ground. There we go, we're on a 1% downward, 2% downward slope, so I'll be able to hit the coast mode in a sec, put it into coast. Or maybe we need just a little bit of power. I want to try and get up around as close as I can to 80 miles per hour, but I really don't want to go over. So we'll throw it on coast there at 78 miles an hour. That's not too bad. We're 2.8 miles away still. Let's go into an external view and have a good look at that, eh? Such a good looking sim. Like, the train models are absolutely awesome. I did note in some of the training scenarios and stuff, the scenery is relatively sparse in the hills. There's only a few trees and stuff. I do have the graphics settings set to high, I think. Definitely not ultra, but I might try out ultra at some point. It seems to run pretty well on my machine as it is, so. So if you do play TSW, do you spend a lot of time in the cab, or do you spend a lot of time in outside view? I need to apply a little bit of brake here because we are very close to a 30 mile per hour speed limit, so might need to apply a little bit more. It's probably just after these lights here, I would say, because we have a caution light, so let's see if we can get down a bit. Back to coast, we're sitting on 32, that's not too bad. Oh, we've got a change over here, so. And 0.7 miles, and we will be reducing to 15, so. Yeah, so they crawl in, don't they? A little bit of speed in between stations, and then you need to reduce, so let's just see if we can get a little bit more power leading up to this one. As I keep saying, just learning to drive. So alright, we'll throw a little bit of brake on there. Around we go, so that when we hit the 15, we're sitting at 15. We're not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. You do get a readout at the end of it on how you go. So back down to minimum brake and coast. I probably did that a little bit too quick, I'd think. But that's okay, as long as I haven't killed anybody, right? Throw a little bit of power in there because we can get up to 15. We're only sitting on 11 at the moment. Yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of. I'm definitely going to get into a little bit of American Truck Sim again. I overplayed European Truck Sim. So I haven't got into that for a while, but definitely getting into American Truck Sim again, which will be good. Alright, throw that on coast. And always found sometimes it's a little bit easy to understop here, is stop too short of your mark, so I'll try and coast in here and see how we go. Now I'm not sure whether we're moving on after this or whether we are just stopping here, and whether that's just a nice simple little run there. It may be. It was. This should be our last one, shouldn't it? I'm not sure what they'll get us to do after this. Okay, slowing him down. Alright. Oh, there we go. We didn't even have to open the doors. That was a really simple run. It's actually probably a little bit boring, to be honest. No platforms. Stop accuracy was 1.3 yards. Actual arrive time was 11:53, but there was no arrive time listed there, so I don't know. Silver medal, so I obviously didn't do that bloody well. A little bit of overspeed there, a little bit of overspeed there, and a bit of overspeed there as well. So I think it was this one here or that one there that it just jumped, the speed just dropped. And I have found that it brings up the next speed limit, and the next speed limit might say that it's like 30 or 40 miles per hour, but then in between that, then all of a sudden it just drops down to 15 miles per hour. And I don't know, does everybody else suffer that problem? So I'm not sure. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll head back to the main menu. That was actually really, really boring, that one. Well, it wasn't boring, it was still driving trains, but I kind of expected that it would be a little bit longer than that. Unfortunately, as you can see in the timetables here, if I select that and I hit continue, in the timetables here, it gives you no indication of how long the run is. It gives you a departure time, but it gives you no indication at all on how long the run is. So that's the one that we just did there, which was that one. I mean, obviously, yeah, it is a short one, but I did think that we might have been stopping at some of these stations doing that, but obviously not. It was just a straight run. So if I go back, and I go back again, and I go back to the main menu. Let's have a look. Back into the main menu, and as you can see, I've got the Peninsula Corridor, the main Spessart Bahn, Northern Trans Pennine, I think they call it, Pennine, Long Island Railroad, which is what we did, the CSX Heavy Haul, and the Great Western Express. So at this point in time, I've done some CSX Heavy Haul. I've obviously done some Long Island Railroad and learnt to drive that train, and I started doing some of the Peninsula Corridor stuff. Not super awesome at driving this train yet, but I'm getting there. It was all the stopping and stuff like that and using dynamic brakes, but after doing all the cargo stuff, I definitely am getting better at using dynamic brakes. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this quick one. Next time I do one of these, we will do something that's probably a little bit more exciting than what we just did. But I thought I'd get a quick video out just to show you what I've been doing over the last couple of days. I've got some more farming stuff coming out, and I am going to do some ATS. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next episode of whatever it is I choose to do. Enjoy, and thanks for watching. See you guys.